Hello and welcome to another Cats & Co video. Now today I'm going to be talking about HMRC and what I think they may have in store for people in the UK. So I found this a little bit disturbing to look into, but probably many of you won't be surprised by my thoughts on this. But it's one good reason, I suppose. As you know, I spend a lot of time helping people move to the Isle of Man, and this is just another good reason, if you don't like this stuff, why the Isle of Man might be worth considering. So, as I say, somebody asked me the other day what I thought HMRC would look like in 3 years' time. And I confess I didn't need to think very long, as I think the direction of travel is actually disturbingly clear. So in case you're interested, here are my thoughts. I think HMRC will be more visible and more intrusive, and it will be kind of woven into the fabric of everyday life in ways that most people won't like. Of course, this was going to be technologically driven. HMRC already operates a powerful expert system called Connect, and this is constantly being updated with additional AI functionality. And in 2023, it published a transformation roadmap setting out a future built around its digital systems, third-party data, automated compliance, and there's a link to that document in the description below. Now, seeing the overall direction they are taking is key, I think, because once HMRC sees more, it's not going to choose to see less. And in 3 years' time, possibly sooner, HMRC will probably be able to ping you on your telephone against your lovely new digital ID. Not because a human has reviewed your affairs and has questions, but because their expert system has assembled a picture and noticed something about your financial profile that it can't reconcile. Now, that message that arrives, I don't think it will accuse you of wrongdoing. It will sound neutral and routine, almost helpful. But beneath that polite tone, the system will be definitely operating on the basis that the burden of the explanation is yours. And the queries will be posed, of course, against a data set that you can't fully see. So here is how HMRC is building that picture of you. Online platforms now report data directly to HMRC. These include things like eBay, Vinted, Amazon, Airbnb, Etsy, Uber, and the list is just increasing. And of course, since the 1st of January 2026, crypto platforms will now be reporting under the new CARF rules as well. And my guess is that the common reporting standard will also be expanded to encompass domestic reporting for banks and other financial institutions too. Property transactions are also recorded and reported automatically, and the information from Companies House is also collected and processed. So these data streams are combined to create a kind of a joined up automated financial profile of you, which will be logged against your digital ID. Now, HMRC, of course, frames this as making it easier for you to comply. And of course, at this stage, the system only sees gross amounts. It sees transaction volumes, it sees money moving, but what it doesn't see is context. It doesn't know that you are not in business and were simply selling some unwanted clothes on Vinted. It doesn't know that a watch you sold on eBay was left to you by Uncle Joe. All it sees is activity, and once the activity is visible, it becomes examinable. And this is where it starts to feel intrusive. Selling personal possessions isn't a business. Clearing out a loft isn't trading. Selling Uncle Joe's old watch isn't reportable or taxable. But their automated systems don't have the context. They simply reconcile. And when the reconciliation fails, a question may be triggered. So you will hear from HMRC more often because asking questions has become easy. The cost of asking has collapsed, so the threshold for asking also drops. And those questions will be generated and issued automatically by AI. Your responses will also be read and in many cases replied to by AI. Now, one tiny silver lining, and yes, I'm saying this tongue-in-cheek, is that the HMRC call centres might actually answer the phone again. This isn't due to more staff, it's because the existing staff will have been replaced by voice-enabled AI staff. Pinged queries from HMRC will be emotionally troubling for many because an inquiry from authorities like HMRC does not feel neutral. Even when it's routine, it feels like suspicion and it causes stress. Being asked to explain ordinary behaviour, to justify intent, to reconstruct decisions that never felt significant at the time, even when you've done nothing wrong, is inherently stressful. And for many people, that process is the real burden, not the tax, not the penalties, but the stress of being questioned by a system that already holds data, but not the story. Now, this pressure will concentrate on ordinary middle-income people, as these are the people using those platforms. These are the people with side income who are living normal modern lives trying to make ends meet. Grey areas will become harder places to stand because the system's tolerance for ambiguity shrinks when it becomes automated and data-driven. And perhaps this is the most unsettling part. You won't know exactly what HMRC knows about you. The combined picture of your financial profile, your sales, payments, assets, including errors that they may have gathered, will remain largely obscured from you. But the question will ping onto your phone anyway, like a verdict being delivered before you have been heard. So innocence doesn't prevent inquiry. This isn't science fiction. It's the quiet, data-driven reality of modern tax administration, and I think it's almost here. So that's pretty frightening stuff, I think. I hope you sleep well tonight. I'll be very interested in your thoughts, so please leave them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. And of course, if you want to avoid all this, feel free to look at moving to the lovely Isle of Man. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.